Okay, 7th graders, we're going to go on to solving inequalities in lesson 7-6. Okay? Now, remember with solving inequalities, we've learned about these before. Max, what are you doing? Just go sit down. Just go sit down. You are already interrupting. Okay? Alright, let's get focused on this. Alright? There's a lot of things you've got to remember in this. You've really got to focus, you guys. You've really got to focus in order to understand everything that you need to do on these. Alright? Asa, Sam? You focused? Okay. Now, let's review first of all. When we're graphing inequalities, we already learned that you use a solid dot when you're graphing a greater than or less than sign, or a negative, a less than or equal to sign. Use an open dot when you're using either just the greater than or the less than sign. Okay? And when you're solving, the goal is the same. You have to get the variable by itself. Alright? You're not very focused right now. You're not even looking up here. Okay, so just set your pencils down and follow along for 5 minutes. Set your pencils down. Set your pencils down and follow along here for 5 minutes. I just need 5 minutes. Actually, you do need 5 minutes. If you're going to learn this, you've got to give this 5 minutes of your time. Okay? You've got to give this 5 minutes of your time right now. I still don't have everybody. Now listen. So, you got to get the variable by itself. This line is really important when you are solving inequalities. Okay? It's especially important when you're solving inequalities. Feet on the floor. Why is this line so important?
Because it divides the sides.
It divides the sides, and if the variable is on the left side, you have to keep it on the left side because of the sign. The sign, you can't just switch the sign around without having a reason to do that. So the sides are really important when you're solving an inequality. Okay? If the variable is on the left side, you have to keep it on the left side. If the variable is on the right side, you have to keep it on the right side. Okay? Until the very end, if you want to turn it around. So, you know how to get to this point. X is less than or equal to -2. Once you have the solution, then graph it. This has a solid dot, and it says X is less than. X is first in the inequality. Whenever the variable is first, you can graph the line the same direction as what? Luke. That the sign is pointing. Yeah, the sign is pointing to the left. It means less than or equal to. So we're shading that way. Less than or equal to, okay? If it's pointed the other way, then you would shade because X is greater than or equal to. Alright? Now, let's do another one from your assignment. Let's go to number 3. In number 3, it says 15 minus 5k is greater than or equal to 0. Alright? So, feel free to copy this. We have to first get the variable by itself. So add -15 to both sides. Go ahead and copy this. So 0 plus -5k is greater than or equal to -15. And then bring down -5k. and then get the variable by itself. Okay? Now, what do you notice about the coefficient next to the variable? Is it positive or negative? It's negative. Okay? Whenever the variable, whenever the coefficient of the variable is negative, when you're solving this, Lisa, be quiet please. When you're solving this, you have to reverse the sign at the end. Okay? So, right away, you can look at this problem and you can see this has a negative coefficient. So, you know you're going to have to reverse the sign again. You may want to do that right away. You can find this negative coefficient, negative 5k, and reverse the sign so you remember to do that. So, when you're solving this, you get 3. K is less than or equal to 3 instead of greater than or equal to 3. And then when you graph it, use a solid dot, and K is less than, so it goes to the left. Okay? Which other ones, looking through your assignment, which other ones have a negative coefficient? Which other ones have a negative coefficient? Number 2. Does 2 have a negative coefficient? Is there a negative sign in front of the variable? No, not number 2. On the reverse side, number 5, negative 6x is less than 12. So put a star by number 5. Which other ones? Any others?
3.
Number 6. Why is number 6 negative? What's the coefficient in number 6? But it's negative 4 on the denominator. Yes, it makes the whole thing negative. So the coefficient is negative 1/4. Since negative 4 is in the denominator, the coefficient is negative 1/4. So put a star next to number 6. Number 3. Is number 3 a negative coefficient? On the reverse side. Yeah. What is the coefficient in number 3? Negative 1, isn't it? So you're going to have to multiply by negative 1 at the end in order to make that get the x by itself. Okay? Any questions on these? So do front and back for tomorrow.